When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
So Caroline is saying, hey, Ben and Kelly, somebody needs to talk me off the ledge because I'm really considering firing my maid of honor for my wedding that's coming up in 2 weeks.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. I'm already super stressed because of some typical drama that's out of my control, but I just found out that my maid of honor did her speech for my wedding with ChatGPT.
AI.
Exactly. Now, she was bragging to the other bridesmaids that she used it to write the entire thing. We've known each other for almost 20 years. I'm so mad. I told her that if she can't take the effort to write a real speech from the heart, that I'll be replacing her.
Ooh.
She said I was blowing it out of proportion and overreacting.
Okay.
Wouldn't you feel hurt that your friend of 20 years couldn't think of a few things to say from the heart instead of having AI generate these, quote, feelings? So like I said, I'm this close to losing it already. And then this? I don't want to be a Bridezilla, but this is pushing me to the edge. Tell me what to do. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, everything is compounded because you've got a wedding coming up.
Yes.
You have as you said, the normal stressors of things that are out of your control.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden your best friend of 20 years, who's your maid of honor, has ChatGPT write a bridesmaid speech for you.
It seems a little disingenuous. Yes. It feels like that. I understand that.
But here's the thing. I mean, maybe she's just using it as a guide, you know?
Well, yeah, my first thought is maybe she's not comfortable, like, with public speaking. She's afraid she's not going to be a good writer. And so she wanted to make sure it was perfect. So that's maybe why she did it.
Uh-huh.
And Justin texted, "Alert Tokyo, we have a Bridezilla alert."
Okay. I mean, I don't know if we have necessarily a Bridezilla alert here just yet, but I mean, I think though that she is justified in feeling some sort of way for sure, because again, it's like, all right, I thought I knew you and I thought you were going to say something that was, from the heart, and then all of a sudden you have AI write this or figure out how to write and say the words that you can't. Now,
she figures, most people that have been tasked with this, for any sort of a wedding has been able to do it all these years without the aid of ChatGPT. Why couldn't she?
Yeah. Now I will say that, like, when my wife wrote her vows, I wrote my vows during our wedding. I looked at like vows online. And I took from a couple, and then I wrote from like my own. So I
add some personal touches.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So I took some of the internet and pieced it together with, okay, I was like, all right, that's good. I feel that's well written.
Okay,
so,
but Elena
so I'm going to put
says,
that down.
Elena says no. I would seriously kick her out. She said if she had an issue with public speaking, then she, the bridesmaid, could have said something to the bride. Like, hey, I'm really nervous. Maybe if she had prefaced that and said, hey, I'm not super great at writing speeches. I was thinking about doing this. Are you okay with that? And maybe that would have
I was going to say
the
heads up may have helped smooth things over than finding out a couple weeks before your wedding that this is the case. All right. What I would actually be curious to know is could we write a maid of honor speech better?
Oh, are you thinking of firing up some ChatGPT, see what it spits out?
I don't know.
See if it's good?
And see if...
It might be amazing.
If Kelly, maybe if you can, deliver a maid of honor speech that could, with the help of ChatGPT, sound good.
Okay, so maybe, Caroline, I could be your backup if you need. Now, granted, it's not fixing the problem because I'm still going to have a ChatGPT speech.
Right. No, but I guess I'm saying, like, if you didn't know, would you have known? Probably not.
Probably not. And maybe if maid of honor would have just kept her mouth shut, no one would have been the wiser.
Right,
it would have been an amazing speech, and everything would be fine.
All right, so 502-795-1997. If you've got any suggestions, feel free to check in with us. Tell us your story about bride's speech or any sort of thing like that. And then we're going to let Kelly maybe prompt ChatGPT and figure bridesmaid speech for her on our own.
Is this going to maybe possibly prove that it can be fine and amazing, and we don't blame the maid of honor?
I don't know.
And we tell her, hey, don't fire the maid of honor.
Maybe
she's just trying to make an amazing moment at your wedding.
Maybe that's what. Or it will be like, hello, my name is Kelly. And I think that you are very special.
And the bride is a nice person, and we have known each other for a long time, and I am so happy for her. The end.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like that, then maybe it's like, all right, you're justified. Fire the girl.
Okay, you know what? I feel like to get in the spirit, I got to go get a glass.
All right, get a glass of champagne.
I got to go get some champagne.
You know what? It's 5:00 somewhere, Kelly.
All right,
so get a glass of champagne. We'll do that.
This happen.
Coming up. So we have a bride-to-be named Caroline who is having an issue because she found out her maid of honor wrote her entire maid of honor speech using AI, using ChatGPT. And
she bragged to the other bridesmaids about it, which
and it got back to Caroline, and it made her feel some sort of way. And they've known each other almost 20 years, and she's like, what the heck?
Yeah, why can't you come up with a few heartfelt things to say?
Yeah, yourself. So before we get to Kelly, and we'll tell you exactly what we prompted AI with, and we'll have Kelly deliver a maid of honor speech using purely AI. All right, here in just a sec.
We've got a couple of people that it is kind of split. There are a lot of people that are just like, Ditcher, I understand what you're saying. You're right. Got another text. I think the bride's overreacting. If it's a beautiful speech on her wedding day by her friend of 20 years, it shouldn't matter how it got done.
Right.
I completely botched my wedding speech for my best friend of over 20 years, and she and I are still friends today.
Yeah.
And she said also with ChatGPT, you can enter a lot of personal information and stories and just use it as a tool to arrange it in the best way.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Tony even on Facebook says in any of these AI apps, you give it details that you want included, and it helps you finesse the message you want to convey. So unless your maid of honor is a professional speaker, it may just be difficult for her to write an eloquent speech.
Yes.
She then has to recite in front of a large group of people.
Right. And Tony's just like, I might use this to toast my daughter and future son-in-law at their wedding.
There you go.
It's not because I don't have a million heartfelt things to say. It's just because, it's
a tool. Yeah.
It's a tool to help arrange it.
Yeah. So a lot of people, though, are split. Some people are like, hey, 20 years, you can't think of something to write. And, I'd be hurt, and others are like, hey, just consider it a tool. So
there is a lot of pressure, though, on that moment, and you want to make it perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So without further ado, Kelly has her champagne glass. It's 5:00 somewhere. Kelly, I enjoy the commitment that you've made to this.
I'm fully in. I'm fully all in. I'm fully all in. I'm in character.
All right. So we asked ChatGPT, we prompted it by saying, write a short maid of honor speech that I can give to my best friend that I've known for 20 years for her wedding. And then we just added some stuff like, we both liked My Little Pony and In Sync, the band growing up. We also once dated the same boy without knowing it.
OMG.
Make it funny.
Okay.
So again, we added some nuance.
Got it.
That maybe she did. All right, so Kelly, you're up. It is time for the maid of honor speech.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody.
God.
I'm Kelly, and I have the absolute privilege of being Caroline's best friend for 20 years now. So basically, since we were knee-deep in My Little Pony and In Sync posters, we have very sophisticated taste, clearly.
Clearly, okay. Okay, Kelly.
In all those years, we've been through everything together, from slumber parties and bad haircuts to the one time we dated the same boy without even knowing. You remember that, girl? You remember that? Seriously, what were the chances? And honestly, I think we both agree, Larry, you're way better than that guy.
Larry.
Right? Larry. It's her groom.
Gave him a name.
Mm-hmm. Caroline, you've always been the Fluttershy to my Pinkie Pie.
Oh.
And just like Fluttershy, you've got a heart so big.
Is this a My Little Pony reference?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It can barely fit in this room today. Oh, I couldn't be happier.
Oh.
To see you find someone who matches your kindness, your loyalty, your love for cheesy 90s music. And at this point, I would probably have the DJ play some In Sync.
Sure.
If we were really doing this.
Yeah, if we were really doing this.
So here's to you and Larry.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yes. May your love be as timeless as an In Sync reunion we're all still waiting for, and as magical as the friendship we shared all these years. I love you both. Cheers.
Oh, cheers to the bride and groom.
I love you, girl. What do you think? It was pretty good, though, right?
Yeah.
Did you like the emotion?
Not,
I mean, I got emotional.
Again, I think it's all because she found out that ChatGPT had a part in it. So, Kelly, you rocked it. By the way, you rocked it. That was good. That was good. That was
Cheers,
good.
everybody.
Cheers, everybody. She says, and that is why Kelly drinks in the morning sometimes. On 99.7 DJX. All right, so seriously though, I'm thinking, let's voice let's not necessarily fire her, okay?
No, maybe let's just have the conversation. Say, listen, if you were nervous about just making sure it was perfect, I don't mind. It just kind of made me feel like you didn't care enough to try to write a speech on your own.
Kate writes in and says, think of it the other way. Had she not went to a wedding where the maid of honor just winged it and ended up calling the bride a hoe, or at least that's what it sounded like. So maybe it's good.
I do have to say that when I gave the maid of honor speech at my sister's wedding, I followed the best man who had written down the speech, and he was funny and it was great, and I didn't write anything down because I'm like, I talk for a living.
I'm a professional.
It's my sister. I had the sweats big time. I mean, I pulled off a good speech, but I was super nervous because I thought, oh, maybe I should have planned this out.
Right.
But, and this is what ChatGPT can do. Maybe it's just organizing her thoughts, and it's fine.
All right. And by the way, Cindy checks in and says, I don't have any plans to get married, but Kelly, you're my maid of honor.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
You're getting it. You're getting the job done.
Hire. Just pay me in champagne.
All right. So, hey, if you want to leave your comment, you can on Facebook at Ben and Kelly Show. But Caroline, we're thinking, hey, don't jump off the deep end here. Let's have a conversation. And
yeah, you've been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
So let's really fully think about, how big of a transgression this is.
Yep. There you go. That is group therapy.